Welcome back to the Ed Show, and thanks for staying up with us tonight. You know, we have been on this Wisconsin story since the beginning, and for 3 weeks, I've been telling the audience of the Ed Show and on my radio show that this is about union busting because of the money to go after the wage earners of America. It's an all-out Republican assault on every wage earner in the middle class. Republicans are pulling out all stops to fundamentally change your earning potential in America. It's all about them. What we've watched unfold in Wisconsin is much bigger than a union story. You got governors like Scott Walker and John Kasich and Chris Christie. They have put the 30-year Republican attack plan against American wage earners, I guess you could say, on steroids. They won't stop. I just had to do an I told you so from February 22nd. You know, Chris Christie even says that unions are out to break the middle class. Well, the Center for American Progress today put out, I thought, some very interesting data, and it proves the exact opposite. And it's the proof of everything that I've been saying all along. Even wrote 2 books about it. According to numbers from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the rate of union membership in this country has been on the decline for decades. You can see the red line as it goes down. 27% of Americans were in unions back in 1967. Now, well, it's under 12%. Lots of union busting going on over the years. And if you think that this has nothing to do with you because you're not in a union, you better think again. The fact is that the economic fate of the middle class is tied to that union membership, the blue line. Well, that is the middle class share of national income over the same period of time. See any patterns here? See any patterns here at all? Here's the union membership over the years. Way back in 1967. Almost 30% of the country in the workforce was in organized labor, and it's gone down to where it is today. And the blue line, right along with it. You know, there's so much anti-union talk and so much anti-workers talk in this country. What if we were to, and where that talk comes from, what if we were to tell the right-wing talkers of America that this is where your income's going to be going? This is where your income's going to be going in the next 10, 20, 30 years. You see any movement up at all? There's no movement. A little shot there, but there's no upward movement. None. None. Bush tax cuts here didn't help at all. What about all those jobs that it was going to create? What about helping every boat lift in our economic society? It's not there. It's not there. This is a failed economic policy because, you see, if you're not in a union, it doesn't matter. Because as they chip away at the unions, they chip away at the middle class income in this country. I think it's sad. I really do. I think it's sad that we vilify workers, and we've seen this over the years, and this is the result. And let me ask you, do you ever hear any of the Republicans talk about turning around the middle class income potential in this country? Do you ever hear that? Or do you think that they're more concerned with the Bush tax cuts? Let's extend them for another 2 years. That's what they're all about. But let's get back to the union busting for a moment. Over the years, this means, this red line, less and less money coming from unions to support candidates across America who will protect their wages and give them a fair shake in the working place with collective bargaining. This is what it's all about, because as this membership shrinks, so does their potential to help out their cause. Just listen to Karl Rove admit it not long ago.
They lost 612,000 union members in 2010 alone. Now, think about it. Every one of those 602,000 people had literally perhaps several $100s worth of union dues going into the political coffers of their union to spend on politics. So, yeah, you keep having a couple 100,000 people each year. For 500,000 people leave the labor union movement every year, and pretty soon you start having crimp in the political budgets of these unions. It has a direct effect on the presidential election.
A direct effect on the presidential election. Well, that's the story. And if you're a middle classer tonight, just remember that graph, because that's where it's been and that's where it's going. It's going to go down lower. Now keep in mind, the Republicans, they're not going to be happy until it's about down to here. They're all about union busting. That's what they're about. This is where these right-wing Republican governors want to take these numbers. They don't care about the blue line. This isn't a hockey game, folks. They don't care about the blue line. You know, they don't care how low that gets. Collective bargaining can save the middle class in this country, and that graphic right there proves it. Collective bargaining, what has it done for America? Well, it's given us the 40-hour work week. Weekends off, worker safety standards, health care, pensions, vacations, minimum wage. In fact, unions lifted everybody's wage because they set the bar in the workplace. And now as union membership goes down, every single wallet in the middle class is going to get pinched. And those numbers right there prove it. Is that good for America? Is this trend going to turn our economy around? I mean, hell, we've given all kinds of tax breaks, haven't we, to the top 2%? Where are all the jobs? Where's the income potential? It's going in the wrong direction. So the next time you hear a right-wing talker or some of these jugheads over on Fox talking about how unions are bad, you just think about your income if you're below $100,000 a year, because that's your future.